guys, I am just gonna jump right in because I know it has been a while since I have done a video, and I want to apologize for that. Not really. Life has just been lifing. Started a new job, moved to a new apartment, trying to get everything situated, taking care of my husband, taking care of my grandsons and all of that stuff. It just did a number on me where I didn't have time to do a video and adjust to a new job with different hours and still doing all of the things that I had to do in a day, week by week. It just got to be a lot. And so I had to give myself permission to just be in the moment and not stress on, I need to get a video out. So with that being said, my disclaimer is I live in a house with people and dogs. So you will hear children crying, playing, screaming. You will hear husbands trying to discipline dogs. You will hear dogs. So life goes on here. Nobody stops just because I'm doing a video. Welcome to my channel. So I'm going to jump right in. Like I said, I have not a lot to update you on, but just want to get back in the swing of things. And yeah, so let's start with the needle minder. This is October's needle minder, and let me tell you, a very sweet lady happened upon my channel. It came across her feed, and I don't say happened because I don't believe things just happen. Nothing happens by chance or happenstance. God has a reason for it all, and I believe God had a reason for this one. So she saw my video and she saw that I had opened last month's needle minder, and she so kindly left me a comment and let me know that showing the pattern could be copyright infringement. Mind blown, had not even thought about it, did not even cross my mind. And yet when I read that, I'm like, you know what? She's right. So I thanked her, and I truly appreciate her. Her name is Barbara, and her channel is Stitching and Tea with B. And as I watched some of her videos, I'm like, we have some things in common. We both are connoisseurs of tea. People in my family call me a tea snob because I'm very particular about my tea. I'm very particular about where I get my tea from. And it all has to be loose leaf. I don't want anything in a bag. I don't want anything in a little pouch. It all needs to be loose leaf. They can blend it. I can blend it. It doesn't matter, but it just needs to be loose leaf, and it has to be good quality tea. So we share that in common. We both like bees. I am discovering in my 50s that I love nature more than I thought I did. And I am very particular. I love honeybees. Who knew? And I love butterflies. So as I get to decorating this space, you will be seeing more butterflies and more bees. I've loved butterflies since my mom's passing. The bee thing just started about a year and a half ago, where I find myself drawn to bees, and I'm, marveled by them. And it was something else that we had in common, but I can't remember now what it was. But those two things for sure, I remember. So Barbara, thank you. Thank you so kindly. I appreciate that. So as I unbox October's needle minder, I know the month is almost done, but again, life was lifing, and I was just trying to catch my breath. So we're almost at the end of October, and I'm just now unboxing this needle minder, but let's see what's in it. Oh, look at there. How cute is that? I think that is so cute. That's darling. Aw, okay. So, Groovy Ghost, October Needle Minder of the Month Club. It says, make October unbelievably cute with a flower power ghost. This groovy little ghost is floating through Halloween in full bloom, proof that spooky season can be sweet, colorful, and absolutely magical. This box includes a needle minder, October chart, October embroidery, floss to make one of the patterns. So here is the needle minder, and I think she's darling. I'm not into Halloween, and I haven't been into Halloween since I was a kid. But yeah, and there is the embroidery transfer. And then of course on the inside of this little pamphlet is the cross stitch pattern, but who's not showing it now? It's no, I'm not gonna do that. And the threads, there's one that just jumps out at me. I love the color. Aren't those pretty? But that orange, oh, I love that. So it's orange, yellow, black, pink, and white. Of course, those are not the proper names of them, of course, but for my repertoire, it's just fine. All right, let's see if we can jump into what I've been up to and what's to come, because there are some changes coming. Okay, so let's jump into what I've been up to, because even though I haven't done a video, I have been working, okay? I have been working. So I have been working on my potato chip quilt blocks. No, potato chip quilt blocks, but for my Christmas quilt. I know I had shown some different blocks for Christmas in the past, and I'm still working on that, but because it's just a little bit more tedious, I put a pause on it. I love the patterns, I love the fabrics, I love all of that, but I needed something in this time of busyness, in this time of chaos, to calm my mind and decompress. And so the best way for me was to do the potato chip blocks, because they're so, I hate to say mindless, but it is. It's mindless sewing. Once you get the fabric cut, it is mindless sewing. And so I could sit and not have to worry about half square triangles, all of that good stuff. This was just mindless sewing. And the blocks are so big. This one I saw on Leah Louise's channel, and I can't think of her channel name, but I'll put it in the description box below. You know I will do that. But check this out. Look how big this block is, and that's just 3 rounds. I've started with this block. I'm gonna end up cutting this in half, but that's one block. Let's start with the center block. This is the center block. Let's see. This is my center block. And it's probably got some shadows on it from the direction of the sun, but that's my center block. And so it will stay just as is. And then I will take 2 of my other blocks and cut them in half on the diagonal. So that one I will be cutting on the diagonal. And this one I will be cutting on the diagonal. And you end up making something like a square and a square, basically. And then I will make these 2 rounds a little bit bigger. This one. And this one. I'll make those a little bit bigger. I think I need to do, these are 3 rounds. I think I need to do 2 more rounds on them. So it'll end up being 5 rounds. and then I will cut them on the diagonal and add them to it, and it makes the quilt top bigger. So that's what I've been working on. This quilt top should be done in the next couple of weeks. And I'm saying weeks, even though it will probably be sooner than that, but I'm giving myself permission to take my time, not rushing. I do want to have a quilt for Christmas, so it will be finished by Christmas, but I'm not rushing myself in that. I'm not putting that pressure on myself. So that's one thing I've been working on and enjoying that. And again, like I said, it's mindless sewing. And then I was able to get this quilted, this one. So I just did a meander stitch, but I was able to get it completed. So it is quilted. Can you see? It is quilted. And now I need to work on the binding. That's what I'm gonna do this evening. Sit that over there. So I'm gonna work on that binding and get it attached at least to the back of the quilt. And then I'm not going to hand stitch the binding on this time because I'm ready to be done with it. As relaxing as it is to do hand binding, 18, 19 years ago, you'd have asked me that, I'd have said absolutely not. But it is relaxing now to do the hand binding. I want to get it done and get it to the person that I'm gifting it to, because I want to get done with my Christmas quilt. And also, let's see, I'm taking, oh, it's another one that I'm working on and I can't remember. Oh, it's the other potato chip quilt. Listen. Dana from Essence of Me says, if we keep doing this, all we're going to be working on is potato chip blocks. And she's right, because I'm like, oh, if I can do big blocks and do this Christmas quilt, then I can do one for the fall. So I have my fabrics for the fall. That one will not be done in time, but I will be working on it in the next few weeks as well. So that next year, Lord willing, I'll have a fall quilt, a Christmas quilt, and both of them will be the same pattern, different fabrics, of course, obviously. And then we've got the other potato chip quilt that we're working on, and those blocks will be, oh, I don't know if I have the ones I was working on. I don't think they're in here. But they're a little bit smaller, and so anyway, I think you get the point. So I'll be working on that. And then I think we're going to try to get started with one of our other collaborations sometime before the year is out. So, got those things going on. What else have I been up to? Finally, after what, 2 years now, signed up for Susan Smith's Master Quilters? How do I forget the names of stuff? What happened? You have a birthday and then you can't remember anything. I think it's Master Quilters class or Master Quilting class. Master Free Motion Quilting class. There we go. And I was finally able to sign up for that class, and I've done one module. There are actually a couple of patterns in the first module. And so I've been practicing on that, which is what is all of this. I've been practicing on that, trying to perfect my loops and my loop in a loop. And it's coming along. It's really coming along, and I have stopped using on my machine, it's called a precise stitch, where the machine regulates the speed, the size of the stitches, no matter how fast or slow you go. And I have switched it to manual, where I control not only my speed, but my stitch length. And I have found that I have more control over my stitches than I ever did in precise mode. I'm loving the way the machine feels in my hand on manual. I'm loving not just how it feels, I'm loving the control I have, being able to hear. It's a different sound. I cannot quite explain it. And you know what, if you're going that right speed, that's going to get exactly what you want. And so I have been working on that. My loops are not perfect loops yet, but they are so much better in manual mode than they were in precise. It is just amazing. It's like night and day. So I've been working on that. Each day I'm doing about 30 minutes when I get home from work. If I can squeeze in more time than I do. If not, I don't worry about it. But I do try to get on here every day for at least 30 minutes. That is my goal. That's what I've been doing, and it feels amazing. I've even started with she provides doodle pages. I've been working on those doodle pages, and the muscle memory, like, I am blown. I have heard it for years, how if you just practice that you get muscle memory. And yes, okay, you have muscle memory from, handwriting. But I guess it just doesn't register for me that that's really a thing until you start doing something like this. And it's like, this is awesome. So I have been enjoying that tremendously. I'm looking around because I'm trying to remember what else was I going to talk about. Towards the end of this video, I will do a tour of my studio. I'm back to calling it a studio. Let me explain what happened. We moved, and I wanted to be more involved with the family when I'm sewing. And so I moved in our dining room. It's not very big. I moved our living room space into the dining room, and the living room area I had as my sewing space. And of course the bedroom was the bedroom. And that was working really great until it wasn't. This is also part of why I haven't done a video, because not only could I not find the time to do a video, but then when I think, oh, this would be a great time to do a video, and I'd get up early in the morning on a Saturday, go in there, get everything prepped, and start the camera, my grandsons would wake up. It never failed. Or the dog would start barking. I mean, it absolutely never failed. Or my husband decided he needed to go to the bathroom at that moment. Where I was situated and where the camera was, it captured everything that everybody was doing. Never mind the 2-year-old needing a hug at just that time. Never mind. And so I wrestled with, what do I do? Do I move the bedroom back out of the bedroom and put my sewing space back in the bedroom so that I can close the door? Didn't want to. I really wanted to be, where I could be around everybody. But if I'm trying to take this channel and what I'm doing and make it a business, I have to produce videos. And I can't produce videos if I don't have that space. Again, you're gonna hear noises. I live with a family. And I think I love the genuineness of that. This is a production, but it's not, can't even find the word for it. Life still goes on. It's a production. It's something that I want to do, but I want the realness of it, in that it is not whitewashed with quietness. This is not a perfect set. So this weekend, well, last weekend, I was like, forget it. I need to move it. I can't do any videos like this. And I can't go where I'm trying to go. I can't go where God is trying to take me. I've got to move it. And so I did. So this is the master bedroom. And the living room is now a living room. The dining room is the bedroom. And I'm okay with that, because the only thing we're doing in there is sleeping anyway. So there's a bed and 2 nightstands. And I'm okay with that. Anyone who comes into our apartment and sees it is probably going to be like, what? But I don't even care. I don't care. I really don't care. I love it. I love the way it's set up. We're only in there for a brief time, and that's to sleep. And when we're up, we're busy all throughout the house. But in the living room space, there's space in there for the boys to play and us to sit and watch TV if we choose, or to interact with one another. I can get down on the floor and play with the boys. I can play card games, board games, whatever the case may be. Eating situation, we figured that out so that we can still be a family and eat together. It works. It absolutely works, and we love it. So I will give you a tour of my studio. It won't be a very long tour because it's not very big. It may just be a picture. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, there's that. But it feels good to be in a space where I can close the door. I needed this space, not just to close the door and record a video. I needed a space where I could totally decompress from the day and all responsibility and just breathe. I am a total introvert, and I know that may come as a surprise to many, since I have put myself out here on YouTube. But it is easier for me to talk to a camera than it is for me to talk to someone on the phone or in person. It just is. Granted, I have trained myself to be able to talk on the phone and in front of people when need be, but it still is a challenge. My heart pounds, it races. I have to think about my words carefully before I say them on the phone or meet with someone in person. It's a challenge. I just work my way through it. But by the end of the day, when I get off work, I'm done. I'm exhausted. I am peopled out, and I do not want to people anymore. My peopling is done. And I need a space where I can come and just zone out and decompress. And so I have created that space for me again by moving myself into this studio. So I hope you enjoy the projects that come from this studio and from my heart, and enjoy the ride. Again, I'm sorry for the hiatus, but it was definitely much needed. I think from here, let's go on. Let's go forward. Onward and upward, I say. Okay, guys, as promised, excuse me for any shakiness. I did not grab my tripod. When you come in my room, this is what greets you. See if I can step back all the way. So this is what greets you when you walk into my studio. This box of rulers and a couple of patterns, these are going to be given away at some point. These cubes hold patterns, some projects, some other stuff I don't know right now. Now into the studio. Excuse the mess, first of all. You just saw me do a video, and so you saw that quilt over there and my Christmas project. But this table, I was standing over here. This table is on wheels, and I'm able to move it out of my way, whichever side I need it to go on. But here's my space. And nope, I'm not gonna clean it and make it perfect because it's not gonna be perfect ever. But there it is. And I feel so elated to have this space. I'm blessed. No matter how small it may be, I am blessed. Now this table, I move it over towards the long arm when I need to be at the ironing station, and I can still get to the table to do cutting. When I'm quilting on the long arm, I can push it over this way as is, and I still have plenty of room to maneuver. I have a foot of space on this side and on that side so that I can still get behind the machine. In the other apartment, I did not have that space. In this one, I do. And so I'm grateful for that. But as you can see, the long arm takes up a lot of space in this room. My sewing machine is right over there in front of the window. And that's all my Christmas fabric that I'm working with right now. On that wall over there, I can take the tripods down, at least. Sorry. On that wall, or on that shelf over there, that is my embroidery machine. Those are some embroidery projects that I need to finish. And these are my threads in the top 3 drawers, and then some embroidery tools and such in the last 2. And then those last 5 drawers, that's all sewing or quilting notions in those drawers. I'm not gonna go through all the drawers and show you what's in there. Take my word for it, that's what's in there. Then I have my cart that is full of notions, and I still need to just kind of organize that just a little bit better, but that's all it is. And guys, let me ask you. Do y'all see this thing? Do y'all see all of the scissors? I have about, let's see, 3, 6, 9. There are about 12 pair of scissors, if not more. Actually, there are more because there are some smaller ones in there. Scissors. Those are all scissors. That's not even all of them. Okay. Am I the only one with that many pairs of scissors? And not to speak of that, like, look at all of my rotary cutters. I have like 5. That's 5 of them there. 6, 7, 8. I have 8 or 9 total. 8 for sure, but I think there's one somewhere. Ah, there it is. I have 9 rotary cutters. Am I the only one? My pegboard with some of my rulers, some other rulers. My most used rulers are on the ends of the tables here. So those are my long ones. I have, and they're all creative grids. This is, I think, 8 by 24.5 or something like that. And then I have 2 other sizes behind it. They're all different sizes. And then on this end, I have all my square ones, my most used square ones there. But yeah, that is my space, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I am truly blessed, and I thank God for this space. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that brief tour of my sewing studio. Again, I do feel very blessed to have this space. No matter how small or how big a space I ever have, I am just grateful because I know not everyone has that space. Some sew at a kitchen table. I've been there, done that. Some sew in a corner of a closet. Been there, done that too. So every time God blesses me with a space, again, I don't care how small or how large, just to be able to have a space where I can be creative and have that coping mechanism, that place to zone out, decompress, I'm grateful. I am grateful. Yes, the smaller spaces make it a little bit more challenging to work in, but it's still doable. But when you're able to have a room that you can call yours, and you can have your things out and where you want them, and have access to them and not have to go dig for them, that is a blessing. That is a huge blessing, because I know not everyone can afford that. So I'm grateful for it. Let me tell you, on this wall here, I'm gonna make this my design wall. On the wall behind the long arm, I'm going to put up some wall hangings. I'm contemplating if I should put up curtains. I'm not quite sure, because I really do like all of the light that I get. So I don't know. But those are the only two, for sure, areas that I plan to do something. Wall hangings back here, because I mean, I'm only gonna be on the back side when I absolutely need to, which is when I'm loading a quilt. And then on this wall, like I said, my design wall. That's my grandson teasing the dog, aggravating him. And so I'm actually contemplating, what type of design wall do I want? Do I want it to be on this wall and I have to push the long arm, back that way so that I can put things on it? Do I want one that I can roll up? I've had that before. Not one where I could push a button and roll it up, but I had to get a step ladder and manually roll it up and then hook it with some ribbons to stay up. Do I want to do that? I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet, but I do know that area over here will be the design wall. So I hope you enjoyed that brief tour of my sewing studio. Now I'm going to go finish my tall cup of, oops, sorry for hitting the camera, chai. We went to a friend's house for a pumpkin carving party and had a blast, and it's a little chilly outside. Not really, because I'm having hot flashes, so it felt great. But I took me a big cup of chai with me, and so I'm going to be finishing that up while I get busy putting the binding on this quilt, as I said before. He's about to knock on that door. I'll be out in a minute. All right, guys. Take care. God bless. See you in the next video.